The opportunity arose for him to close the show, and he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.
Yeah.
I'm never ready.
Oh, you're not taking it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome here to the Steel Yard in London on this auspicious occasion. First of all, can I just offer a little bit of housekeeping? Just make sure your mobile phones are set to silent, please, and of course, please keep all questions until the appropriate time at the end. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you, if I may please, to the spokesperson for the production company that's producing this event. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mark Peters.
Thank you, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mark Peters. I'd like to welcome you to this much anticipated press conference for the event aptly entitled Closure. It's with great pleasure to announce to the world that Nigel Benn is back. The truth of the matter is, he never actually went away or stopped training. Nigel is renowned in boxing circles for being a warrior, and to date, that fighting spirit and his military mindset has never left him. So today, we welcome to the stage the fittest 55-year-old man on planet Earth. Please welcome, joining me on stage, Mr. Nigel Benn. Ladies and gentlemen, I've worked alongside Nigel Benn for many years, and I can personally bear witness firsthand that since his retirement, he's maintained a training routine that surpasses any man of his age. He spends full-time training, probably 30 hours a week or more. During the past 5 years, prior to any fight negotiations that have been agreed, Nigel Benn has undergone numerous ongoing medical tests, including periodic brain scans by some of the top specialists in the world. Every boxer who enters the ring acknowledges the dangers of combat, and this is certainly the case with Nigel Benn. His win over Gerald McLennan and seeing what happened to fellow boxer Michael Watson pay testimony to that. Boxing is a dangerous sport, but then so is horse racing, motor racing, rugby, karate, judo, MMA, and numerous other contact sports. For that reason, and giving consideration for his age, Nigel has actually been pressured by friends, family, and indeed members of the press to jump through every single hoop and hurdle to determine if he could attain a level of fitness, strength, agility, and resistance to compete in the ring again. He's passed every test with flying colours, so according to the opinion of highly qualified medical professionals, he is indeed fit to box. And the British and Irish Boxing Authority have issued a boxing licence to Nigel. That's why I believe conclusively that he's now the fittest 55-year-old man on planet Earth. In a few minutes, you'll be hearing from Gianluca Di Caro, on my right, a senior official with the British and Irish Boxing Authority and a leading specialist in head trauma by the side of him, Professor Michael Graham. After their words, Nigel Benn will explain his return to the ring and indeed why he feels we should be calling this event, the boxing event, Closure. After this, the floor will be open for your questions. Knowing that he's fit to box and with the highest levels of medical safeguards in place, Nigel Benn has decided to contest his last professional fight at the Resorts World Arena, Birmingham, on Saturday, the 23rd of November this year. It's his decision. No one has pressured him to mark his return to the ring, and the last time he will ever lace up a pair of gloves. He hasn't actually chosen an easy option. He wants to put on a show for the boxing fans around the world with a credible and a formidable opponent. And I can now confirm to you that he will be facing former WBC super middleweight champion Sakio Bika. We now go to screens. Say no more. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, Sakio Bika certainly is not a soft option. Bika is a former WBC champion. He's faced some of the greatest boxers in recent years, giving them the hardest fights of their lives. So Ben versus Bika is going to be an exciting 50-50 fight. Who knows who will win? Who would you put your money on? Quite frankly, it could go either way, as far as the general public and I'm sure the press opinions will be concerned. Aside from the main event, the undercard will also feature numerous 50-50 fights. The full undercard will be announced within the coming days. There's no journeyman or expected winners on this show. Each contest will be a proper, evenly matched tear-up, and may the best man win. So I'd encourage the press and the general public to embrace what Nigel Benn is seeking to achieve on the 23rd of November at Resorts World in Birmingham. It will be a fantastic evening of boxertainment, sanctioned by a legitimate UK governing body and professionally supervised by leading medical specialists at ringside. Tickets go on sale today through either of the event's ticket partners, and you can see from my left-hand side, your right, our two ticket partners, eventim.co.uk and theticketfactory.com. Those tickets will be on sale today. If you're unable to attend the live event in Birmingham, Nigel's last fight will be broadcast globally through his own channel on the Digital Epicenter broadcast platform. Digital Epicenter's technology is revolutionising the pay-per-view and subscription within the sports industry, creating an amazing fan experience and building a community for fans ahead of the big day. Subscribers to Nigel's channel will not only be able to watch the event live on the 23rd of November, but you'll also be able to receive access to unique content in the lead up to his last professional fight, exclusively on this platform, okay? This will enable fans to fully experience Nigel's journey before he laces up the gloves for one last time. Content on the platform will include regular updates over the coming weeks. It will include live events, on-demand videos with chat functions, his latest video training diaries, so you'll be able to see him in action on Epicenter, okay? Questions and answers with Nigel, his team, and people around him, vodcasts and exclusive photo gallery. They'll all be up there on Epicenter. The links are behind me on the screen. This platform will even enable fans and the media to upload their own videos and any historical photos to Nigel's channel. So the Digital Epicenter broadcast platform enables anyone and everyone with an internet connection anywhere in the world, wherever they are, to subscribe to Nigel's channel. The content can be viewed on any mobile device or any computer or cast directly to your television. Please visit the website, which is illustrated on the banner behind me, www.epicenter.tv/Nigel-Ben. As you would all agree, Nigel has always been the people's champion. He wanted to secure and ensure that it was an affordable event for all the fans around the world to witness not only the fight on fight night, but also the journey leading up to that fight, the preparation, the hard work and the dedication that goes into that. This is certainly reflected in the ticket prices and the subscription to his journey on the Epicenter. Tickets start at £45, ladies and gentlemen. It's also a knockout opportunity, excuse the pun, to become a sponsor for the event. We're looking for sponsors, if there are any out there. There are 5 sponsorship packages which are available via Epicenter. You can contact Epicenter. VIP access and brand awareness. So you can email directly if you want to be a part of this as a sponsor. Email address, mrmarkpeters@outlook.com. That's mrmarkpeters@outlook.com. It will now be my pleasure to introduce you to Gianluca Di Caro from the British and Irish Boxing Authority. This is the organisation, who are a legitimate organisation within boxing, and they are happy to sanction this fight for Nigel Benn. Ladies and gentlemen, Gianluca Di Caro.
Thank you for the introduction, Mark. I'm Gianluca Di Caro, Vice President of the British and Irish Boxing Authority. The British and Irish Boxing Authority is honoured to be sanctioning the organisation to oversee the event on November the 23rd. Our organisation considers health and safety to be paramount importance and have introduced extensive health and safety initiatives over the years to improve the standards that currently exist around the world. These initiatives include infra scanners ringside during the events and ensuring head trauma signs and symptoms trained officials are appointed. As an organisation, we ensure ring officials are all trained to associations of professional boxing commission standards. Quite rightly, Nigel and his team wanted to ensure all possible risks are minimised ahead of the return to the ring. So before sanctioning the contest, we undertook an extensive risk analysis and insisted on a strict health and fitness examination of the boxers. Once again, I would like to say that we are truly honoured to be involved in this incredible event.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to introduce you, if I may please, to Professor Michael Graham.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Professor Michael Graham. I'm the Chief Medical Officer for the British and Irish Boxing Authority. Over the last decade, 15 years, I've been involved in a team in academia who've been principal researchers into head injuries in contact sport, including boxing, mixed martial arts, karate, etc., and rugby. Basically, the tests that we've done on Nigel Benn to date indicate that his physiology or his physiological age is at least 15 years younger than his chronological age. So that's very... So basically, that's scientific blood tests, MRI scans, cognitive function, body fat, etc. So really, if you look at some of the boxers who've been sanctioned by other sanctioning boards and provided with licenses, Nigel's certainly as fit, if not fitter than most of them. Certainly he's one of the fittest, if not the fittest, 55-year-old boxer on the planet. And as I said, if we look at some of the other boxers who've currently got licenses, they've got physiological ages of about 60. So I think there's no issue at all with his ability and his opportunities on this new fight. So anyway, good luck to Nigel, and thanks very much for inviting me here today.
Thank you, Professor Graham. Now, it is time, of course, the moment that everybody really has been waiting for, to welcome to the microphone one of the greatest boxers of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Nigel Benn.
Thank you. Wow. It's been a long time coming, and one thing is I'd like to have both of my sons, Connor and Harley, here. Yeah, it's been a journey that I've been on. This fight is all about me. It wasn't financial, it wasn't nothing. It was always about closure that I wanted, that I never had. And I'm really going to go back in time. I suffered with a lot of issues in my life from a young age, from 1972, when my brother died. I had a lot of issues that I was struggling with. The murder of my brother, which I carried through to my adult life. At the age of 8, I started smoking cigarettes to 41. Started doing ecstasy, smoking spliff all through my career, but suffered with depression. It's not one fight that I went through that I never suffered with. It was bugging me. I don't even think I was at my best. I don't know how I got that far. To be inducted into the Hall of Fame, voted the best super middleweight in history, along with Joe Kawasaki by the WBC. And I thought to myself, wow, I didn't know how I'd done it. Some of the fights, I think, well, how did I get through that? And now, my whole life has changed, because even when I fought Steve the last time, I just stopped because I had issues. I had one son born, then another son born from 2 different parents. And I struggled with that. My wife was about to leave me, and I'm preparing for a world title fight. I'm not focused. I'm not even in the right frame of mind. So I've got to let you know where I've been. And I was in a dark place for so many years, all through my career. There was no joy because there was always something attached. Oh, great fight with Joe McClellan, yeah, but disco. Oh, Michael Watson. Oh, yeah, this drug. So everything was attached to something. It was no joy. It always ended. I always kind of think I always had a problem. The only time I actually had peace is when I was away training. That was the only time I had peace, all through my career. There were like suicidal thoughts. I didn't want to be where I was. And I just want you to understand what I was going through. And then, in about 2008, I had an encounter with Jesus. That's when my life changed, truly changed. As soon as I had that encounter, no spliffing, no ecstasy, no women, absolutely nothing. But I always carried on training. Like a warrior, I always trained, I never stopped training. And then I started doing a lot of Tour de France riding. And doing a lot of altitude with my mask on. And I just thought, wow. And I thought to myself, now I'm going to fight. I feel the time is right now. People might say you're 55. It's nothing to do with age. I'm more fitter now than when I was world champion. It's not the Dartley strike because everything synonymous with that name. It's not who I am. Now it's Nigel Benjamin Button Ben. The older I get, the fitter I am, and I 100% mean that. I am so fit. I can tell you this now. Just before I left on Friday, I came out for war. Yeah, let me just see if I do 12 rounds on the pads. I done 12 rounds on the pads. I thought, wow, that was easy. Flew in Monday morning, me and Con, picked me up. He said to the press and the documentary team, he said, look, I bet any money as soon as he gets off the plane, he's want to go to the gym. 5:30, at half past 7, I was in the gym training. Done one session, went home, relaxed, and then at 12 o'clock, done another session. I've just been training. It hasn't stopped. I have to have closure, and I haven't had closure. And I know this fight, I'm going to get closure. I could have picked an easy opponent, but that's not who I am. I want to fight somebody I know who's tough, that's going to put me through the pace. And everyone's thinking, oh, don't do it, Nigel. I'm thinking, no, worry about him, not me. It's the same how I feel when I fought Joe McClellan. If everyone was down, oh yeah, Nigel, please get that age, nothing to do with age, just a number. I'm telling you that right now. I'm more fitter now than I ever have. I'm doing harder training than I ever have. So I just know me, so I'm in good shape and I'm ready to rock and roll. Nothing ain't changed. The power's still there. Watch me on the pads. Watch me, still there. Taking the shot, I don't know. But I'm going to find out soon when I start doing sparring. So, fire away.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Nigel Benn, let's have a round of applause, please.
They don't do that. The press don't do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to open the floor now for questions. If I hand you the microphone, if I could ask you please to say who you are, who you're representing, and your question, if I may.
All right, Nigel. Nice to see you coming back.
Yeah.
Just a basic question. Obviously got this guy, Bika, the boxing.
Yeah.
Who else was you looking at prior to this guy being announced?
Oh, well, I'm glad you said that. We started off with Chris, first of all. Yeah. You know, it's just hard work. You know, it's always going to be hard work. And I've waited like 5 years. Then we spoke to Roy Jones, and I can show you the text. He wanted 10 million. What? Then Jeff Lacey, we tried to get hold of. We tried to get hold of Bernard Hopkins. I didn't want any kind. I want a good fighter. Then I know, get there. I know. Then we got hold of Steve, and I've known Steve for 23 years. This fight was meant to be Steve. But then it all started changing. It was like, well, no, I want 50%. And I thought, okay, I don't mind it. To me, it's not about money. And then he said, well, I want this guaranteed sign. And then one of my agents said, Nigel, it's not about him, it's about you. You're the one that want closure. And then I said, Lord, you know what, I just pray that you put somebody else there. And he put somebody else there. So I said, Steve, that's it, mate. Because it all just came about money to other people, but to me it wasn't about money. It's about me actually for closure. So that's where we are now. So I had about five people. And the last person was Sakio Bika. He said, yeah, I'll take it. And I thought, yeah, I'll have it. No mucking around. He's going to come to fight.
Thank you. Who would like to ask a question? Sir.
I know. You keep talking about closure. How do you know you're going to find closure?
I think, you know what it is? I think because closure is because me personally, I think with the Steve fight, I know it's at that time where I thought I would have closure with Steve, but I went away and I thought, oh, let me just cry, but I didn't feel nothing because I had so much going on. And I know what you're saying, I just know in my heart, there's so many things that I want to be able to do in Australia, especially with my family and my kids, because they've been through the mill. It's being able to just say, you know what, kids, it's over with. And to be able to spend a lot of good quality time, not in the gym all the time. And I know this is going to be closure for me, 100%. At 55, it's got to be closure.
Thank you, Nigel. Okay, we'll move back into the room a little bit. Who else would like to ask a question? I'll go back now. Quickly walk around to you, sir.
Thanks for inviting us here today.
Thank you.
Filming for the Gamble Life TV app. I want to ask you, do you think this fight is the biggest challenge of your career yet?
No, not really. I think, you know what it is? It's like, I know me. I don't think it's the biggest challenge of my career. I think, you know what it is? It's just closure. I don't think it's the biggest challenge of my career. I honestly know me. And everyone's thinking, yeah, Nigel. No. People need to think about him. That's how I feel. I know my capabilities. And plus I don't have no stress, I don't have no worries no more in my life. I actually have peace. So people can say it's the biggest fight. Yeah, I know Sakio. He lives in Australia. I've seen him fight many times. But I know my capabilities, I know his.
Okay, moving on quickly.
Hello, my name's Harold. What's kept your confidence? You got confidence, haven't you?
Absolutely.
What's kept you going?
Him upstairs, mate.
Look, I don't want to fight, but...
Pardon?
I don't want to fight, but, you know, no, we can't. We can't have this on.
I didn't hear what...
We can't have it on together. In the sense that when you're going to box, right, I wanted to box you a long time ago.
Yeah, well, it's a bit too late now. I wish you'd have let me know.
Damn, next time around we'll do it.
No.
It's Harold.
Who's it? Oh, Harold!
What's Harold crying?
Oh, I didn't want to fight you, but you were wanting to go, no, mate, you're hard work. How are you, Harold?
All right, thank you. All right.
Yeah, good to see you, mate.
No, it's good to see you.
I thought I knew the voice.
But I hope you do this, honestly. You deserve it. for what you've been
I
through?
just want closure, buddy. Just want closure, and it's coming.
Good,
It's coming.
good. I'm just watching, that's all.
Good. God bless you.
All
man.
right, all the best.
And a very welcome guest, of course. Any more questions from the audience? I'll hand you over here to Connor.
Yeah, so you know you talk about closure.
Yeah.
What happens if you spark your man in the first round? Will that still be closure?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, you won't want another one, 100%.
100%. Why? What? I think you know what it is, son. You know everything. You know what we've been through as a family. I think you know. You see me train non-stop from when we lived into Mallorca. We were from Mallorca, then now we're in Australia. And you was 12 years old when I was still talking about this.
I know, but I see you training for all that time, like what, good 10 years, you know, you've been in the gym for what, 3 minutes? You're telling me you wouldn't fancy another one?
No, do you know what it is, son? No, I think you know what it is. It's being able to spend more time with you, spend more time with Han, spend more time with my family. Because you know that all I've been doing is just training. It's like, you know, it's like an addiction. I've just been training, but I just want to be able to spend time with my family. Layla, Levi, Mum, India. But being able to, not only that, there's a lot of things I want to do. A lot of things, and I want to be able to spend more time with my family. You need to fly back over.
I've got a lot of work I've got to do here still.
Okay.
I'll be out there down under soon.
No question more difficult than that from the family, eh? Okay, any more questions, ladies and gentlemen? Eric, we'll come back to you. Mark. A question for Mark, I believe.
Yeah. All right, Mark. Right, you're big involved with this fight against Bika. Now, do you have a backup plan in case something happens to Bika before the fight? Do you have another substitute in case?
We do have somebody lined up, but obviously I'm not allowed to disclose who that is, but there is somebody in place, but I can't foresee that happening the way these guys are both on track.
Brilliant, thank you.
Okay, we'll move back round. If we could keep the questions, if we may, to Nigel.
Hello, Nigel. First and foremost, absolute honour to be on the undercut.
If you could put your phone down while you're...
Of course. First thing I want to say is, obviously it's closure for you, so the fight is going to be the fight, and when that's done, that's done.
Yeah.
Are you going to then go on to carry on, so adding to the promotion of Bieber events? Because people like myself and other Bieber boxers deserve to be on this scale, and you've injected an absolute massive scale into what we all love. And we'd love to have you on board to help promote. Are you going to be sticking with us and helping promote further events in the future?
I would try, yes, I would try working with Bieber, because I think, you know what, they stood by me, and it was a strong, stringent test that I went through. It wasn't easy, so, you know, for them to stand by me, like what he said, there's some people in the British Boxing Board that are overweight. I'm not no journeyman. I'm not no journeyman. I can do 12 rounds and I can have a fight. I'm not going in the ring overweight or anything. And like I said, the test was stringent. And so, yeah, well, I do back Bieber. And it's no disrespect to the British Boxing Board of Control. And I understand everything what they're saying. I really do. Because I've been out there 23 years. But, you know, you can watch some of my videos and you can see, like, you know, that I've still got it going on. But you know what? And I will stand with Bieber all day long, 100%.
That's fantastic. I'm guessing your training is going to be based over in Australia?
No, I'm staying here. I'm not going back until it's finished.
Well, in that case, let's set up some sparring.
No, I don't know. No, you know, now you're going too far, because I'm not playing around.
No, brilliant. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah, but I'm not playing around.
Good. Fantastic. Thank you.
No worries, buddy.
Thank you very much indeed. Let's quickly move around to this side, so we can get any questions from this side of the room. Anybody waiting to ask Nigel a question? Are we done with questions? Okay, no more over this side. Okay, in which case, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. We're going to take Nigel off for a brief moment for an interview with Sky Television. It will only be for a few minutes, after which he will be back down again to take questions from you. So if there's anything you think of, then by all means he will be back down after just a few minutes. So in the moment, just thank you, Nigel, for being here. We're going to take him off just literally just for 4 or 5 minutes, and we'll be back with you. Thank you.
And then it will be the newspapers then. Okay, so thank you very much. Thank you thus far as well. So we just have Sky just doing a few words, and then we'll be bringing Nigel back to here. Okay.
The opportunity arose for him to close the show, and he did it in emphatic style.
Whatever he hits falls.